Welcome. We are back. Another day in the market, a few weeks later, and we're all here. What's up, Barasan, JG, Scotty, I am D, Sunny, the guy welcoming himself back into the chat, Nerve, Spiderwebs. Make sure to hit that like button. We got a new overlay. I can't really hear the music, so if the music is bad, tell me to change it. But yeah. What's up, Frank, Library? Alright, we got a lot to talk about. A lot has changed in the market in a few weeks. We're just gonna get right into it. Kind of like nothing ever happened. And let's just catch up with everything going on, and then I'll talk to the chat a little bit more. So, those are the vibes. I don't know. I haven't done this in a while, it feels like. Alright, starting off with, actually just with crypto in general, we have 4 new crypto alerts. All of them are already in profit. So yeah, I wasn't live. I know there's some people that only watch the streams and they don't follow on Twitter and they're not in the Discord. So I've still been active on Twitter and in the Discord over the past few weeks. So we've put out a bunch of new ideas, and they're doing pretty well right now. The Bitcoin trade setup's up 10% since the entry. This was alerted, I think, like Saturday or something, maybe Friday. I think it was Friday after the close last week. So yeah, just in terms, I'm just going to run down like my thesis behind crypto and these specific coins that I'm looking at right now, and then we'll go into stocks. But yeah, Bitcoin, I noticed this shark looking pattern. Pretty much everything looks good except the B to D extension is a little bit shallow. Falling wedge, and I believe I alerted it right after it broke out over here. So it broke out on nice volume, and it's been green almost every single day since. So yeah, 45.7k is the next resistance for Bitcoin. Not much apart from that. First target's just under the 200-day moving average at 48.5k. Litecoin is another crypto I'm watching. This actually got really close to the target last night. It was up 22% since the entry at the high yesterday. Now it just pulled back, and now it's only up 14%. But it was like 1.5% away from hitting the target last night before the pullback. A little bit unfortunate. Maybe that first target should have been a little bit lower, because you could see that you can see that there are some lows over here. So might have just been a little bit off there, but hopefully it still eventually hits the initial target. Chainlink is another one. Wait, I didn't go over my thesis on Litecoin. It's just butterfly pattern. Look at this historical support area. It was a resistance in 2020, support 2021, support just a few weeks ago. Bounced off of it yet again, broke out of this wedge, and yeah, that's really it for Litecoin. Chainlink traded this quite a bit. Falling wedge, another historical support zone, was resistance in 2020, flipped into support last year, support again on this wave down, bouncing off of it. Very simple trade right there. And then finally OXT, another shark looking pattern, 4% under the 1.13 retrace. There was classic bullish divergence kind of over here. You know, if you want to put these two islands together, which honestly you shouldn't, they are pretty large islands, it could have been close to classic bullish divergence, but it is what it is. And the big thing here is this 20-cent support. The stop is 1 cent under. You could see you've bounced off of this, and you've had huge runs after bouncing off of this in the past. So those are the current crypto setups. OXT is currently up 13%, Link is up 8%, Litecoin 15%, Bitcoin 10% since the entries. 2 other cryptos I like to talk about. Ethereum, I didn't put out an alert on this one because it was already up so much off of this low when I was putting out the other alerts. So I would have had to have like a 30% stop loss to have a stop under the swing low. So it just didn't make sense, but it's still doing well. It actually, I think we were just talking about this shark before I stopped streaming, and it's been going straight up since it hit that PCZ, and it just broke out of a channel. One thing to keep an eye on Ethereum is if it can't break over this little green zone I have charted here, then you do have the potential for hidden bearish divergence, as that would be a lower high. If it can't break above this high and it starts doing this and your MACD does this, you'd have hidden bearish divergence. So just keep an eye on that. It's not confirmed right now. And then OMI, I know we've talked about this one almost every night for a long time, and it finally made a beautiful move in the beginning of the year. I think it went up like 60%. Yeah, 62% in like 10 days. Had a really nice move. At this point, I'm actually probably going to stop talking about it on stream for a little bit, because all it's doing right now is just going sideways in the range. The top of the range is 0.0082, the bottom is 0.0049, so until it breaks out of direction, I don't see much of like a technical edge. I mean, you could just trade the range, but when assets become range bound, I try to just set my alerts at the top or the bottom of the range and just wait until it breaks out of the direction. So yeah, just gotta wait till this breaks out of the way, and you know, it's probably gonna take some time. Top of the range is almost 20% away, and the bottom of the range 30% away. All right, so those are cryptos. What has the stock market done in the last 2 or 3 weeks? It's done a lot. It's been crazy. It's been wild. So let's go over my thoughts on the overall stock market right now, where we're headed for the next, maybe just next month. I don't really want to look too much past that. So we'll start with the bad, and then we'll talk about the good, I guess. Let's see if there's anything I can answer in the chat. Make sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel. Check out the links in the description, join the Discord. Silver Shrimp's not buying Bitcoin until sub 30K. What's up, Maxime? Justin. This is a dorm room, that is correct. It's pretty nice though. But I'm not going to be doing like a tour or anything. So yeah, we got 30 people in here. What's going on with the stock market? Let's get into it. So starting with the S&P 500. The obvious thing on the daily is the potential head and shoulders. Left shoulder in September of 2021, the head, you know, beginning of this year, and then the right shoulder potentially was created on February 2nd. So here's the short-term way that I'm looking at the S&P. You want to break above the high from February 2nd before breaching the 200-day moving average. You've done a good job of holding above the 200-day moving average for the past 4 days, even though you've just kind of been going sideways, chopping up and down. You really do not want to see this break this 200-day moving average, because if it does, you're probably headed back down to your lows from the end of last month. And if you break those lows, you're breaking down from a major head and shoulders pattern, which is literally a pattern that can end major bull runs. So, you know, I really hope that in 3 or 4 weeks we're not looking at something like this, because that could lead to a bear market for a while. But hey, if it happens, it'll be all right. We actually did a very good job on this recent leg down. Swings not so much, but options have just still been on fire. So I'll just keep day trading. But yeah, that's like the one thing I'd probably focus on if I was a bear. Let me see what other bearish variables I can bring up. I mean, the Nasdaq is still testing a huge make or break area. This 14,180 level. You can see how many highs and lows have been at this level. So hopefully this can break back above that. The QQQ retesting 360, ARK ETF. I don't see anything bearish about ARK ETF. We're going to come back to that. And then the Russell 2000. I wouldn't say it's, you know, it broke down from its range. We talked about this before I left. The Russell 2000 broke down from its range, and now it's running back up to retest it. So if you get something like this on the Russell, that would be very bearish. But however, you could always spring back above a breakdown, reclaim it, and act like nothing ever happened. That would be the most optimal scenario ever, but we'll see. So really the only bearish thing I could see for the market from a technical standpoint right now is if we break the 200-day moving average on the S&P again, you're probably going to retest your lows from last month, and probably all the other indices will do the same thing. But again, that's really nothing you have to worry about until you do it. So as long as the SPY stays above 443, I don't see anything that's worrying from a technical standpoint about the market. Yeah, this is like one of the largest, I think this is the largest dip, or yeah, dip is probably the right word to use. This is the largest correction or dip since the COVID crash for the S&P 500, if I'm not mistaken. So you get your dips, your pullbacks, your corrections along the way. This could have already been the bottom. You know, we could be on our way to a new all-time high, just making a higher low and just running up again. So I'm mainly bullish. I'm going to go over some more of my bullish thesis, but you just want to stay above that short term. So apart from that, let's go over, we could say on this. So for the S&P 500, you have a daily bullish engulfing candle. You are going to be running up to retest this little zone over here between 452 and 455 from this high, these two lows, and this most recent high. But with this bullish engulfing candle, and if we go over here to lower time frames, you also have a 1 hour breakout of the symmetrical triangle on the S&P 500, 1 hour hidden bullish divergence, and on the 15-minute you're testing a breakout of an inverse head and shoulders. So the S&P is currently setting up for, I think, what could be a rally towards the end of the week. The big if to that is I believe we have CPI numbers on Thursday. So that could just take this whole entire chart and throw it in. I don't see a dumpster emoji. I was going to say in the garbage, but yeah. So you have to keep an eye on CPI numbers this week. We're pretty much through the bulk of large cap earnings. We have a lot of mid caps and small caps that are about to report in the next couple of weeks. So we'll see how that goes. But it looks like really what happened with the market from a fundamental standpoint was, I really think this dip was majorly caused by the Fed, which, and you can't really blame them. They have to do what they have to do to try and control inflation. It's just not optimal for the market, but that's really, I think most people can agree with both the Fed and inflation, you know, dropping this and our upcoming interest rate hikes. But I think earnings really saved the market. I mean, if we did not have really, really good earnings like we did on a lot of these large cap tech stocks like Amazon and Apple, I think we would have broken under 426 and we probably would have still been selling off. So I really think a lot of these large cap earnings really, and they all were coming out like right when we were testing this support. Like it was the most perfect situation. So now we're past that. We don't really have that steam anymore, but at least we have a more healthier looking market. It looks like a lot of the fear has gone away in the past couple of weeks. So that's good. That's the S&P 500. The Russell 2000 has classic bullish divergence on the daily. On the 4 hour, let's go down to the 1 hour. You actually have hidden bullish divergence playing out and a potential inverse head and shoulders. If the Russell 2000 breaks above like 204 and holds it, that could set up a very, very good rally for small caps. I tweeted the same exact thing like last Friday. So if you're following me there, you already knew about this potentially happening down when it was creating the right shoulder. But that's what I'm watching on the Russell 2000, the ARK ETF. This also I alerted right over here to everybody in the Discord, not just premium members. I alerted ARK calls right on this back test. It broke out of this downsloping channel after double bottoming, back tested it. I alerted calls here. I think this was last Friday, and then yesterday morning, the calls were up like 70% since the alert. All you have to do to get those calls was be in the Discord. The link is in the description. It's completely free. But the ARK ETF looks pretty nice to me here as well. If we go over to the daily, you can see this large falling wedge, classic bullish divergence. This is the first time I think since maybe like the beginning of last fall that the ARK looks better to me than the S&P and the NASDAQ and the QQQ and maybe even the Russell 2000. Avalon X, thank you for the $10 tip, and nice to see you in here. How you doing? Let's get some vibes in the chat. I didn't set up like a vibes visual. I definitely got to get that done. But first tip since I'm back, so I really appreciate it. Let's get some vibes in the chat for Avalon X. So that's the ARK ETF, the QQQ. So the QQQ and the NASDAQ are testing breakouts of descending broadening wedges, another bullish engulfing candle for the NASDAQ today. So tomorrow morning is going to be very, very important, and this is what you want to watch tomorrow morning. The NASDAQ, I already showed you this, it's testing this huge 14,180 level, and it's also testing the highs from like the last 4 days. So if you can get above like 14.2k on the NASDAQ, you have a pretty much like a 4-day breakout, which sets you up not only with the 4-day breakout, but also a horizontal resistance breakout. And you're also going to be breaking out of this supply line of this descending broadening wedge. So any green open tomorrow that holds is a breakout to the upside for the NASDAQ, which again could set you up for a nice rally unless CPI numbers just come in and throw everything around. And then the same thing on the S&P 500. You're getting very, very close to testing this little 4-day high. You've been going sideways for the last 4 days, but at least you're towards the upside of the range, and you have some bullish variables that could give you the steam to break out. And if you break out on the NASDAQ and the S&P, there could be some very, very nice calls on the SPY and the QQQ into the end of the week. But we'll see what happens. It has to break out first. It has to confirm first. Same thing for the Russell 2000. You can easily break out of this inverse head and shoulders. So you're pretty much opening tomorrow morning with a make or break area for the whole entire market. So I think up until like noon tomorrow, I might just wait for some confirmation. The only thing is like if we do break out right away at the open, we might just like shoot up like crazy. Or if we reject right at the open, we might just like dump. So it's really, really 50-50, but I might still just try and be a little bit hands off and just wait to see what side gives confirmation first. But it could allow for a very nice trade maybe towards the afternoon of tomorrow, and then I don't know if I want to be overnighting into CPI numbers, but we'll see. And yeah, that's pretty much it in terms of the overall market. That's my thoughts. I think from a technical standpoint, it looks good, but you still have to see how CPI numbers go. You still have to see whether or not the rate hikes are really priced in or not. We'll probably find out in March, according to most analysts. That's when they think, everything's gonna start to unfold, but a lot of other people are saying that things could already be priced in. So we'll leave it up to the fundamental experts to debate on that, and I'll just keep looking at the charts and taking it day by day. That's what I do, and that's what I provide. So that's the market. Apart from that, we actually have a few other things I want to make sure you all are very familiar with. The US 10-year, I mean, we've been talking about this nonstop. We talked about this large symmetrical triangle breakout. We didn't talk about this bullish pendant breakout on stream because I wasn't streaming, but I did share this in Discord. I know Cheddar Freeze did as well. And it's now testing a breakout of your resistance from 2019, okay? If you break this, that sets up probably a move towards a little bit over 2% in my opinion, if you can confirm this breakout. So you probably will see headlines all over CNBC and Twitter if the US 10-year gets back above 2%. So that's continuing to rise, but it was really interesting that today it was up 2%, and the market was green, so it's kind of moving up with the market now. The market's been going pretty much, I believe, like over here the market was going down while this was going up, but now the market's going up as well, so that's interesting. Volatility index getting close to the $20 support. You could see it's been some previous highs and lows. It was actually low on February 2nd. That's your low of the month so far. So if it gets down to $20.50, see how it reacts to that. Apart from that, gold going higher and higher. Really nothing technical to update there. The dollar relatively sideways for now. Hang Seng Index, I think there's a decent chance it breaks over the high from last month and maybe start filling these gaps from November of last year. But if you remember, I wouldn't stop talking about this chart before I stopped streaming. It still looks really, really, really good to me. So that's my thoughts on the market. Let's see what else is in here. Let me skip that song. Justin says, definitely going to day trade options no matter what. I mean, that's been the bread and butter lately. Let's see if I can pull this up. So this is the week so far. Yeah, we're 2 days into the week. I've shared 6 calls in premium. 5 of them are green. One of them, this one that was red, was SPY calls. Those literally got stop hunted. They went right back up. They must have gone up like 100% or something, like much more than that. I didn't even want to look at it because I stole the bottom on the SPY yesterday. That was my only bad trade so far this week. But yeah, really good start to the week for options. Even sure to, you had to be very, very quick for the Facebook call option that was outside of premium today. I shared a Facebook call option in premium towards the end of the day. I'll go over the day trades later in the stream, but I shared one that was like 20% in 6 minutes, and then pretty much all the recent swings loaded are green. So good start. We also have new swings I'm about to talk about in a second here on CLOV, FSR, and AMC. AMC is in premium, but I'll just talk about the general idea. And yeah, really good stuff. Great start to the week. It's been a while since we've had swings. The market just really didn't look like it was too swingable to me. I put out, I think, 3 swings so far this week, actually 4. Yeah, I think 2 in premium, 2 in non-premium, so slowly rolling them out, but I don't want to have too many swings on the sheet for a little bit of time. I want to wait to see if we can, maybe start confirming better variables. I did see the OMI migration. Sorry if I mispronounced this, Vitalik. It's getting to a new exchange listing, and the Fed expect big price action. I did look at the news with the migration. I think everything they're doing looks good to me. That's not financial advice. I don't own any OMI token, but from what I have seen from them, I think they're working hard. What's up, Medi, in the chat? How you doing? Hope you can do timestamp snipe, Medi. Maxime says, what would happen in stock market if CPI are lower than expected versus higher? They would probably, if you have CPI numbers that are hotter, or let's say inflation is hotter than analysts are expecting, the market's probably going to drop, and vice versa. But you never know with this market. A lot of vibes in the chat. All right, so we just talked about the overall market. I think we go right into the swings. And after we talk about the swings, we'll talk about some other stocks and we'll do some day trade recaps. So let's get started with CLOV. All right, so I put out a few new swings today. Me tenderfoot with the $5 tip.
Value equals the fusion of solid TA and enlightenment.
Solid TA. Value equals the fusion of solid TA and enlightenment. I don't know about the enlightenment part, but hopefully my TA is solid. I try my best. Me tenderfoot, thank you very much for the $5 tip. More vibes in the chat for tenderfoot. Thank you very much. Second tip of the night. Really appreciate it and hope you're doing well. I kind of want to move the camera to this side, so every time I look over to the screen, I'm not just like turning away, but it's gonna be a little tough to do that. But hopefully the audio, the overlay, the camera, everything looks good. Spent some time setting it up over the weekend. Let me know if anything's a little bit off and I could probably fix it. All right, so let's talk about the new swings. We're gonna get started with Clover. Yeah, we haven't had a successful swing on Clover in a very long time. I mean, unless you're going for like a 10-20% move, it's really hard to get a swing, or it has been really hard to get a swing on CLOV during the duration of its sell-off from $20 to $2. You know, that's not really something you can swing. And I tried many times, and it just never really worked out. You know, there was one great move. It was the 50% move in 20 days, back over here, and then the offering happened. But a new swing on CLOV. I'm approaching this one with, how do I put this? A very open mind. I think whatever happens, happens. There's no certainty this one's going to play out or not play out. There's a reward, there's a risk, just like any other swing. I'm not thinking that it's even, let me try and put this in the best way. I'm not even trying to think that it's CLOV. Does that make sense? And I'm not trying to say it in a bad way. I love CLOV fundamentally. I'm just saying based on the swing trades in the past. I'm just trying to just brush those off. I'm just trying to look at this chart as a chart with variables on it, with a stop, a target, and an entry, and that's it. You know, that's kind of how I'm looking at most stocks right now that have sold off 70, 80, 90% from their highs last year. It's a new year, it's a new month, these are new variables, but you do have to keep in mind that they are still in downtrends, all right? You know, that's something I've always been very open about. That's why there's stops in all my swings. It's not just back holding and diamond hands, because I'm sure everybody who was diamond handing a lot of these stocks is now down a lot, right? So to anybody who was down a lot and long term, I wish you the best. I hope you make a lot of money. But in terms of the swing, what's the thesis on this chart right here? Very simple, okay? CLOV has been in this falling wedge since June of last year. Remember, the larger the pattern, typically the larger the move potentially after, right? You are getting very close to the apex. Now, with it being CLOV and the downtrend it's in, it is possible that it decides to do this. I really hope it doesn't, but I'm trying to give you all the probabilities so you can manage your risk. However, all we need to do is see it go at least sideways or slightly green for the next few days, and you can break out of this wedge. You have classic bullish divergence on the daily. This is all happening after you hit the lower Bollinger Band on the demand line, which I was talking about right before we left, or I left. And then what else do you have? I don't know if there's much on the 4 hour. Yep, you broke out on the 4 hour down sloping channel. You've been in this since the gap down from 638 to under $6, okay? 630 used to be a huge support from your all-time low in March of 2021. Literally on this all-time low day, the first time it ever hit the all-time low of 6, I put out a swing trade alert on CLOV. You can tell how that went. Unfortunately, that was one of the last great swing trades on CLOV. We actually had a couple nice ones over here, and then you had to squeeze all-time highs, and then you were on the other side of the fence, as Mitch Ray would say. But this is the first time you're breaking out of this channel on CLOV since November of last year, and then on the 1 hour, same thing, okay? Very simple, just like any other chart. That's it. That's literally it. I'm keeping an open mind. If you know my system, you know my system. If you don't, watch the course, all right? Same thing for Fisker, all right? It's now, let me go over to the 4 hour for this. So Fisker is another swing. Let me actually go back to CLOV for 1 second just to explain everything. The stops I put under your previous all-time low. Whoa, Menti.
Salute my dude.
Thank you. $50 tip from Menti. Hope you're doing well, Menti. I don't know if you put anything in the chat, but let's get, I really wish I had a vibes like visual thing I could pop up, but let's get some vibes in the chat for Menti. And I also need to change the alerts. Those are the fireworks that had the New Year's theme on before I left. I need to change those back to something else. Maybe the Wolf of Wall Street again. I don't know. But thank you so much, Menti. Hope you're doing well. $50. Let's go. Vibes in the chat. That's awesome. All right. So I put the stop under the previous all-time low for CLOV. First target, if you really look over here, you had a few days of resistance around 340-ish. Put it just under that. Second target was 461, which I believe is this high over here from the beginning of December. Then 550 was like 4 days of resistance in November, and then the fourth target is this gap fill at 631. It's crazy that just to go to 631, which is where CLOV was a couple months ago, that would be a 137% move. Sheesh. Yeah, so that's how I set everything up for CLOV. Moving on to Fisker. I was very, very close to putting out a swing on Fisker around $12 because of this. It was at the PCZ of a bullish bat. I'm sure a lot of you saw my tweet over here. It was 13 bucks. I was very close to putting out a swing, but I said I wanted to wait until the classic bullish divergence confirmed on Fisker because the MACD at the time was not really losing negative momentum. And it's a good thing I waited because then it went from 13 all the way down to 950 and now it's at 1174. So you ended up going all the way down over here. You put in a bullish hammer candle or pin bar candle off of that level, which is very similar to your low. If I delete this all for a second, you can see you pretty much bottomed at the same exact level that you did from last May, and there was a swing right at that low last May as well. So although, you know, the CLOV swings haven't been the best, we did a great job day trading CLOV all of last summer. Literally every single day CLOV was red. We were making profits on calls. It was crazy. But Fisker, I mean, I think we've lost like one or two like mini swings on Fisker, but like all these harmonics you see on my chart were all legendary swings that were alerted right at the PCZs, and this is the next one. Okay, so many people that come around into the streams and they type in the chat, I wish I was in that last Fisker trade, the butterfly off of all-time lows, and then that happens, and they said, ooh, I wish I was in the Wyckoff accumulation Fisker swing when it went to all-time highs, and then that happened, and then they wish that they were in the butterfly that happened last May when the Nasdaq corrected, and then that happened, and then finally the Gartley happened last fall, and that shot us all the way back up to the 20s. All right, it's happening again. It's not the most perfect harmonic. You're pretty close to a 3618 from B to D. You're about 7% deep on your PCZ, but I'm also focused on this green demand line on the 4 hour. Okay, if we connect this first all-time low to this low, you pretty much fell under it for a little bit and then you reclaimed it. You also have classic bullish divergence on the daily, a bullish engulfing candle today, and on the 1 hour chart for Fisker, you have potential inverse head and shoulders, very similar to the Russell 2000. So that's the idea for Fisker. Also, I gave premium members an AMC swing today. I'm not going to be sharing the target and the stop loss, because that's for premium, but I'm just going to quickly share this because everybody always asks about AMC, so might as well say that, yeah, there is a premium swing on AMC. It's already very nicely in profit because AMC was up 10% today, and I did not alert it at the end of the day. I alerted it early in the day, but look at this. You didn't have to be in premium, okay? $15.15 in the morning. Right when AMC started breaking out, I alerted on Twitter, and this goes right to the announcements channel in the Discord, that AMC was breaking out, and it went all the way up from 15.15 and went up to like 16.80 intraday. So I made a very nice move. This swing's already up like 7% for premium members on the same day. And AMC is honestly my favorite chart right now. You asked me, what's your favorite chart? Just from like a chart standpoint, AMC. I mean, this is some major stuff going on. I mean, this is not even everything. Look at this as well. This is like the perfect equation that I always talk about. AMC has it. And we all know that AMC also has the popularity that could, you know, if it really starts going, the popularity could really make it go. I think you know what I mean by that. But like, bullish Gartley, pretty much as textbook as you could want it to be. You know, the D point's like 4% off, whatever. But 1618 from B to D, like perfect bullish Gartley, and it's not just the Fibonacci retraces. I mean, we're talking about a harmonic pattern that took over a year to develop. All the ups and downs of AMC turned into this. It's just crazy. you also have flipped a previous resistance from last March and May into a support. You have a bullish engulfing candle on the daily. You double bottomed around $14. You bottomed once here at the end of January, and in the last 4 days you've been bottoming off at $14.60. Classic bullish divergence. And you're breaking this little, you could even just call this a wedge, but we're just going to focus on the supply line. You're testing a break out of that. Like everything you could pretty much want in terms of the formula for my swings is on this chart. So AMC is my favorite chart right now. We'll see what happens. I don't know. It's not a guarantee that's going to keep going up, but it's easy to manage risk because you know where the support is, okay? So those are some of the new swings. I shared another one in premium, and then we have the older swings, at least the ones that didn't get stopped out before I left. Bob was one of them. This one's down 8% since the entry, but technicals still look the same on the weekly, still holding 111 support in the downsloping channel. Cost averaging could be optimal here, not financial advice. And then SPLK, this one's up 3% since the entry. Really hasn't done anything. This thing's been going sideways for the last month, which I guess is better than a lot of other stocks selling off. So hopefully this can do something at some point. But yeah, those are the swings. Make sure to hit the like button if you didn't already. Hit the subscribe button. I'm going to go over a couple other stocks that I want to talk about. We'll talk about like Facebook, Peloton, and a couple others. And then I'm going to go over some day trades. I'm not sure if we're going to have time for tick request night. But we'll see if we do. So let's see. Oh yeah, be aware, earnings are on Clover, Fisker, and AMC, all have earnings within the next month, so be aware of that. What's up, Bandman Dan? JJ says, started watching your free course videos, great stuff, really informative, helpful. Yeah, I put out like a post on YouTube, but I wasn't live for the past 2 or 3 weeks. That was like for all the people who say like, you know, they don't really have time to watch the course. All they have time to do is watch the streams. All the normal times you're watching the streams, for the past few weeks you could have been watching the course. I hope you did that, and now you came back to the stream with a much deeper understanding of everything that I'm talking about. So hopefully you did that. Maxime says 2 Fed speakers tomorrow. Thank you. Did not know. I think you answered your own question, Pam and Dan. Hope you're doing well though. What's up, Eric? All right, so what's going on with some other stocks? Facebook got destroyed on earnings, and right now it's testing a high from 2018 and just before the COVID crash in January of last year. So Facebook is testing a major make or break area. If there's anywhere that Facebook could find support, it's pretty much right here. If Facebook breaks under like 215, 214, it could head all the way down to fill this gap at 197, which also lines up with the high from over here and over here. So I think I think this is either the bottom for Facebook, or if this isn't the bottom, then 197 is the bottom. But this, we'll see tomorrow. If it can bounce here tomorrow, you could be in for a nice, at least a dead cat bounce on Facebook. I'm not trying to act like it's going to go run up and fill this gap tomorrow, but I'm still watching to see if it can bounce off this make or break area. I am in Facebook calls currently. I shared some Facebook calls, but I shared 2 different Facebook calls. So let me go over them, I guess, while we're talking about it. But on lower time frames, you have this like descending broadening wedge. You have some classic bullish divergence. Let's see. So I shared Facebook calls with everybody in the Discord pretty much right over here. And what happened was it went up somewhere in this area. It went up 20% in 6 minutes. It ran up to over here, and then it just went down the rest of the day. So for the people who are not in premium, I alerted some calls right over here. They went up like right away. They just went boom, 20%, and then they just started dropping and pretty much never went back up until the end of the day. But then I also alerted Facebook calls, the premium members at the end of the day right over here, like literally the low of the day. Let me see if I could find the picture of it. What's happening? So, and I want to go over this because there hasn't been a lot of swings in the past few weeks. There might not be a lot of swings for a while until we get a better understanding of what's going on. So day trades have been the focus and will continue to be the focus, okay? So I want to make sure if we're going over the swings every night that I'm also going over the day trades every single night. But yeah, it was 3 o'clock pretty much. And you can see it was right over here, right at this bottom over here at 3 o'clock, 217. So that was literally right over here. So I shared Facebook calls and had this nice little move into power, ran up to the VWAP, those went up 30%. So those were the Facebook calls today. Apart from that, this one was a little bit frustrating, well, at least at first. But in the morning, options trades. It was before the market even opened. I said might play calls in MU above 82. I shared this in the options trades channel for everybody. I went to get coffee, and then I looked back, and MU was up like 5% from the price that I opened at. Like, it was like, what just happened? But then thankfully, it came all the way back down to back test, and I was able to share calls with premium members right over here, and those calls ran 100% into the close. So that was another nice one. It was simple. It was a back test of a very important previous resistance point. I think the MACD was waning, and it was also at the lower Bollinger Band at the time. No, maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was just a back test. Oh no, I was watching this. I had this charted, I believe. It was, yeah, testing a breakout of this little channel here. So that was another day trade from today. MU. SPY. Where did I alert SPY today? I think I alerted it like off the low. Okay, so there was a bullish bat on SPY. I think this was it. Whoa. So these are the same things I look for on the swings, you know, just different time frames. But I alerted SPY calls to premium members. Come on. Around over here, and you can see those went up 100% as well. So those are trades today. Very, very simple. Nothing too crazy. So that's the day trade recaps from today. Very simple analysis. Let me see what else. Peloton. The story of Peloton is pretty much this. But it was up 25% during market hours today. There is some potential news about companies that are maybe interested in acquiring Peloton, and then after hours, I think on earnings or something. Let's go over here. It was up another 4% after hours. So this is actually the lump's favorite stock, if I'm not mistaken. Feel free to let me know if I'm mistaken in the chat. He's even correcting me. But yeah, Mehdi always tells me that the lump loves this stock, so good to see that it's up a nice amount today. Hopefully the lump is happy about it. But yeah, that's Peloton. Actually, look at this. Look how it just broke out of that channel. What else do we talk about? Tesla. Classic bullish divergence confirmed on the daily. Oh, I'm still on extended. Tesla is out. I might play Tesla calls above like 948, 949. You can see it's been the resistance since pretty much this whole entire month. Tesla's not been able to break over 949. So Tesla, if it breaks over that, let me actually set an alert here. I've traded RIOT a lot this week. Had a nice little move today. In general, RIOT looks pretty interesting. Pretty close to a bullish crab. Broke out of a supply line. Not much resistance to like the lower 20s. GameStop. This one I did share with premium members in the watch list, but I missed putting out a swing on it. On Sunday, I did share. It was in this falling wedge. GameStop was up 13% today. If GameStop gets above 120, it could go right to 160. I'm not saying like that maybe the same day. I mean, it's GameStop, who knows? But like pretty quickly. Historically, above 120, you just shoot up. It's like straight up, straight down. And then you broke it, straight down. Watch to see if GameStop can break above 120. This week, next week, whenever. If GameStop gets above 120 and holds above 120, that could be very interesting. Snapchat doing pretty nicely after earnings. AMD's trying to break out of this downsloping channel it's been in since December. Keep an eye on that. NVDA is probably doing the same thing. It's testing it. So those could be interesting if they confirm breakouts. Apple. I'm just running through my watches right now. See. Oh, Apple. Watch this as well. Okay. A lot of 1 hour inverse head and shoulders. We have this on the IWM as well. Apple has this inverse head and shoulders, and you also have hidden bullish divergence. Okay. Apple might be one of my decent sized trades in towards the end of the week for either like a day trade or like I'll overnight it for like one night. But if Apple can break above 176 with confirmation, that could set up a move to maybe even 180, maybe, you know, within a couple of days. But watch this potential inverse head and shoulders. I've been eyeing this one since the weekend as well. You can see it was on the watch list. So yeah, that's pretty much the majority of my watch list right now. Futures are currently green for stocks, up about 0.25%, and Bitcoin is currently down about 1% on the new day, which the new day for Bitcoin is in UTC, which I think is like universal time. That started about 2 hours ago, so it's down like 1% in the last 2 hours. So that's my thoughts on everything. It's really not that crazy. I mean, at first we had a lot of volatility when I stopped streaming, but then for the last like week, we've just been going sideways. So even if I was live for the last week, it probably would have been really boring because it was just like up a little bit one day, down a little bit one day, up a little bit one day. Nothing much has really happened apart from like some crazy earnings. So that's really it for the market and all these different stocks I'm keeping an eye on. I think airlines had a big day today, if I'm not mistaken. You can take a look at a couple of those. Even some cruises. Yeah, American Airlines was up 6%. Falling wedge playing out nicely here. It's going to be testing a big level tomorrow at 1836. You can see it was resistance. Wow. Oh, this is a huge level for American Airlines. Resistance in March, resistance in June of 2020, December of 2020, support in 2021. Very big make or break area for American Airlines tomorrow right there. Carnival Cruise going crazy. And it would be interesting to see NCLH break above this little resistance. That could open up a move to 25 bucks, which is it's a gap fill from November and the 200-day moving average almost. So it's setting up an alert right over there. I don't know what else has been going on in the market. Make sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you're not subscribed. Join the Discord, it's free. There is so much stuff in the Discord. This is where you get the crypto alerts, okay? Swing alerts, the options trades. There's not just me sharing ideas, there's a bunch of other very, very smart people. We got some people sharing, or the lump sharing scanners for things like divergence and harmonics and whatnot. 2,000 other people that you can meet. Paid bots for free, okay, with a lot of commands. All this is in the Discord and it's for you to use, and a bunch of educational channels provided by Lord Bogendorf. All right, so join the Discord, link is in the description. Everything is there. That's where I've been for the past 2 weeks that I wasn't live. And also, I didn't mention this so far tonight, premium, there's a sale. It was kind of stupid of me, I guess, but I did a sale like when I wasn't even streaming, but now I'm streaming, so I decided to extend it a little bit. This sale, I was originally going to be, actually, if anybody remembers, I was going to be raising the prices this month for premium. I said this last summer that I was going to be raising the prices every other month. So we had a scheduled price raise for this month, or for the end of January. But I didn't want to do it because the market was just there. It was just horrible, and the options trades were doing amazing, and they've continued to do amazing. But I really haven't been able to put out swings for premium members for a couple weeks now. This is like the first week in like 2 weeks I've been able to put out some swings. So I didn't want to, be raising the price when there's less technically, because there wasn't any swings. Even though the options have definitely made up for it. This is like the last, I don't know how many options. I mean, let's just try and zoom out here for a second. Like just like this spree alone, like just beautiful. I mean, you can just look at, there's a lot more green than red, but if you look at like the green trades percentages and you compare them to the negative 20% on the reds, it's been a pretty wild journey. I mean, options have carried me so much in the last 3 weeks. It's actually been amazing. So this sale ends on Saturday. If you want to know what's in premium, it's all of this and all that is explained on the sign up page. Okay, when you get to the sign up page, you can check out everything. The link is in the description. All right, but that sale ends Saturday. You're getting a sale. It was supposed to be a price raise this month. Now you're getting a sale, so it's kind of like a double sale, and you're probably not getting a sale for a while after Saturday. Okay, so I wanted to make sure I brought that up on the stream because I haven't been able to. And yeah, let me see what's up with the chat. Make sure to hit the like button. Thank you for the 30 likes. And Oh, Peloton, did I skip over like talking? I think we kind of talked about it. I talked about this channel. I mean, on Peloton, I'd probably be more attentive to the news than the technicals right now, but if you want levels, there's really not many, honestly. It's a very wide open chart because of how much is sold off, so I'd probably either just focus on lower time frames or just pay attention to the news. And I was just messing with Peloton being Lump's favorite stock. We all know Solo is the Lump's favorite stock. See how Solo's doing. That's not doing anything still. Okay. DraftKings. How's DraftKings been doing? Hit the PCZ of Shark. It's been bouncing. This actually looks really interesting. Triple classic bullish divergence on DraftKings. And it just broke out of a supply line. Very interesting. Not much resistance till 27.56. But yeah, main watch for day trades tomorrow is probably Apple. It breaks out that head and shoulders. Alright, so if you're in the Discord, if you're in premium, you'll probably see some. If I do decide to trade anything tomorrow, it's probably either going to be Apple, SPY, or IWM off the top of my head, unless I find something intraday. But I'll be watching Apple over here. The S&P 500, I'll be watching to see if it can break out its inverse head and shoulders. And then the Russell 2000, the 1 hour inverse head and shoulders. And hey, if it rejects this, maybe I'll play puts on the Russell 2000. I'll play either way. I don't care. But yeah, I'm trying to make sure that if you can't join premium, I'm at least teaching you what I'm doing in premium through the stream, which is the options segment of the stream. And also I'm trying to share as much as I can. I mean, I'm sharing a lot of stuff throughout the day on Twitter. Just like the MU trade today and the Facebook one. Like I said, Facebook looks like capitulation to me. And this is where I was sharing calls with premium members. Same thing I did on AMC. And like, I'm trying to share things with everybody. You know, I'm not giving the entry target stop to everybody, but I shared this with all of you, and then AMC went up to $17, and the same thing with MU and the options trades. Just find a way that I can help you. That's the best thing you can do for yourself. Either it's the course, either it's the stream, either it's the Discord, either it's premium, whatever it is. And if I can't help you, find somebody else that can. You got to put yourself in a position where you're learning something every day, okay? That's the goal. That's what all you need to be doing. So, yeah, I think we're going to leave it at that for the stream tonight. Yeah, I'll be live again tomorrow night and on. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to be live on Thursday. Actually, Thursday it might be a little bit tough because I'm not gonna be here. So, it might just be 2 days this week. But then next week we should be back to completely normal Sunday to Thursday night at 8:30. That's the new time. 8:30 EST. It's a new time for the stream. 8:30 to 9:30. So. I think timestamps should be up tonight within an hour or so if Mighty can do them. But yeah, make sure you join the Discord and check out links in the description. Hopefully you're enjoying the streams, coming back, and just get ready. Just get ready. There's a lot of opportunity around, but the timing might be a little bit, it might take some patience. But to those who are patient, got a feeling that good things are coming. All right, have a good night. Thank you for watching the stream. Thank you, Menti, Me Tenderfoot, and Avalon for the tips. Really appreciate it.
Running through the strange life, chasing all them green lights, throwing out the shade for a little bit of sunshine. Hit me with them good vibes, pictures on my phone life, everything is so fine. Little bit of sunshine. Yeah, crazy lately, I'm confirming, trying to rob myself of something. You just trying to get a word, and life is not fair. I've been working on my tunnel vision. trying to get a new prescription, taking swings and even missing, but I don't care. I'm dancing more, just a little bit, breathing more, just a little bit, care a little less, just a little bit, like life is woo. I'm making more, just a little bit, spin a little more to get rid of it, smile a little more and I'm into it. I've been running through this strange life, chasing all them green lights, throwing up the shade for a little bit of sunshine. Hit me with them good vibes, pictures on my phone like everything is so fine. Little bit of sunshine, a little bit of sunshine, a little bit of sunshine. Another day, another selfish moment. I've been feeling helpless, sick of seeing all the selfies. Now I don't care. Found myself a new vocation, calibrated motivation. No more static, change the station, headed somewhere. I'm dancing more, just a little bit, breathing more, just a little bit, care a little less, just a little bit, like life is woo. I'm making more, just a little bit, spin a little more to get rid of it, smile a little more and I'm into it. Honestly, man, lately I've been running through this strange life, chasing all them green lights, throwing up the shade for a little bit of sunshine. Hit me with them good vibes, pictures on my phone like everything is so fine. Little bit of sunshine, a little bit of sunshine, a little bit of sunshine. I don't really know any other way to say this. Can't slow down, trying to keep up with the changes. Punch that number and the name when I clock in. Now I feel like Michael with the cane when I walk in. Basically, life is the same thing, unless you don't want the same thing. Probably should've won it, got a feature, but I didn't. I've been saving up the money cause it's better for the business. I've been running through the strange life, chasing all them green lights, throwing up the shade for a little bit of sunshine.